where's all my pill girlies at? Obviously I mean prescription medication. You may have seen a recent video where I talk about the fact that I've changed my antidepressants to help with my PMDD from sertraline, and I've changed it to fluoxetine. Now I've not actually said on that video what I've changed to, because I don't want anything making my mind think I'm feeling or doing things that I'm not. I just thought I would show you what I feel with them, if I have any side effects. You know, I see a lot of horror stories online about changing from sertraline to like any other type of antidepressant, but I thought, let me document it, and then if it is shit, then hopefully it helps me get through it being shit, and if it isn't, then I can share it and hopefully you'll feel better if you're changing your medication up. So I had to come and do an update. It has been 2 months since I flipped over to fluoxetine. I did a video when I started and I was really apprehensive, so I wanted to do an update. So for those of you who don't know, I take fluoxetine to help with a condition called PMDD. It is the bane of my life. It is a disorder that is linked to your cycle. So it may be slightly different in every individual, but for me, when I ovulate, my life just becomes intolerable. That phase of my period is that your luteal, like after you've ovulated, I just am so depressed. I have no motivation. I feel awful. Everything feels like it's the end of the world. I become really impulsive, which when you have ADHD is not good. And I was taking sertraline to help with that, and I was on sertraline for nearly 2 years. However, sertraline side effects I was just not jamming with. So I've talked about it a little bit more in a previous video, but with the sertraline I was finding that I was really numbed with emotions. I just didn't kind of feel anything good or bad. It wasn't helping my PMDD. I still had those really clear cycles of mood really dipping into that deep depression, and so I wasn't really helping with that, and I just all around was not jamming with the medication. It also really increased my hunger, which is somebody who'd lost like 12 stone from my heaviest, was a real trigger, because I ended up putting 2 stone back on, and I do attribute a lot of that to the medication. Not that the medication made me put weight on, but the medication made me feel in a way that meant I was not as motivated to use the tools and resources I once had to help keep that under control. 2 months ago I went to my GP and I asked to be switched to fluoxetine, because I had seen some people online who said if they didn't get on with sertraline, fluoxetine was better. I believe this is another name for like Prozac. Now I was nervous to change it, however, because we all know that like changing any kind of antidepressant meds can make you have really bad side effects and all the rest of it. But honestly, this has been the best decision I've made. Now I'm not here to tell you what to do with your medication. Whatever you do not do anything without speaking to your doctor. I made sure to go and speak to mine before I did anything at all. However, for me, I have found the fluoxetine has worked so much better, and I have had no side effects from this. I was able to just make a straight switch from my dosage of sertraline onto fluoxetine. I was on 150 milligrams of sertraline. I take 40 milligrams of fluoxetine. Again, I just say that in case you can relate, but please do not take anything I say as medical advice, because it really isn't. I have found, like, literally from switching, I have noticed an improvement. I am now in my second luteal phase, whatever it is, my PMDD bit, and yes, I still notice that reduction in motivation. I still notice that slightly low mood, but it is nothing in comparison to what it was, and it is so much more manageable. And genuinely, it's the first time in like 2 years that I really feel like I've had it under control during that period. So all in all, it was a really good mix. People ask me a lot what I do for my PMDD, and my best advice to you is to speak to your doctors, because whilst not all doctors know a lot about it, they're going to be able to give you the best advice for you. And there's lots of forums online, lots of support groups on social media where you can kind of see what other people are doing and maybe recommend that to your doctor to give it a try. That's exactly what I did with these, and I'm so glad I have, because in the 2 months I feel so much better, down over 1.5 stone. I have been back on plan, but I wouldn't have been able to do that before. Like the way sertraline made me feel, I just felt, ugh, like I almost had no motivation, no nothing on that medication. And that is just because of how it interacts with me. With you, it might work amazing. So I wanted to give you a little update because I know a lot of people ask, and I thought I've given it the 2 months now, or like 6 weeks-ish. So there we have it.